9 Canadians who were the unwitting victims of CIA brainwashing experiments are suing the United States government. But so far, the Canadian government has done nothing to help them.
Project MKOFTEN, the CIA's occult experiments. There are conspiracies. Then there are facts hidden in plain sight. What we're about to dive into isn't just a spooky tale from the Cold War. It's a real project buried in declassified government files. It's named Project MKUltra. You've probably heard of MKUltra, the CIA's notorious mind control program, LSD experiments, psychic probes, psychological warfare. But MKUltra wasn't the only game in town. Lurking deeper in the shadows was a project far stranger, one that blurred the line between science and sorcery. Let's talk about MKOFTEN, the CIA's experiment with the occult. The shadow behind the curtain. To understand MKOFTEN, you need to rewind to the 1960s and 70s. The Cold War wasn't just about missiles and espionage. It was a war for the human mind. Both the US and the Soviet Union believed that the next big breakthrough in warfare wouldn't happen on a battlefield. It would happen inside the brain. And so, America's intelligence agencies were throwing money and resources into anything that might give them an edge. No matter how bizarre, that's where Dr. Sidney Gottlieb comes in. The chemist and spy master who led MKUltra also oversaw MKOFTEN. Under his direction, the CIA started exploring a dangerous question. Can black magic, astrology, or psychic energy be weaponized? What was MKOFTEN? MKOFTEN, or MKOFTEN, was part of a series of sub-projects branching out from MKUltra. While MKUltra mostly focused on drugs and mind control, MKOFTEN stepped into a far stranger domain. According to declassified documents and reports, MKOFTEN was a joint effort between the CIA and the Department of Defense. It was launched in the late 1960s and operated through the early 1970s. What made it different? Instead of sticking to chemistry and psychology, MKOFTEN deliberately dove into the paranormal, the occult, and the supernatural. We're talking demonology, witchcraft, remote viewing, astrology, spirit possession, and even attempts at contacting entities through rituals. It wasn't a side hobby, it was treated as a legitimate area of research. Who was involved? This is where things get even weirder. The CIA didn't just bring in scientists, they brought in astrologers, clairvoyants, mediums, sorcerers, and even witches. According to former officials and whistleblowers, the agency scouted practitioners of the occult to test whether their powers could be useful in intelligence gathering or psychological operations. They wanted to know, could a ritual curse trigger a psychological breakdown? Could astrological data predict the actions of world leaders? Could seances uncover enemy secrets? How deep did it go? While full details remain classified, we do know that MKOFTEN had direct ties to military bases, intelligence contractors, and covert funding channels. In 1972, Congressman William Cohen uncovered some strange budgeting related to behavioral research in Black Ops programs. That same year, journalist Seymour Hersh exposed the CIA's domestic spying activities, some of which overlapped with programs like MKOFTEN. Around this time, rumors began to swirl. Was the CIA performing occult-based interrogation tactics? Were they attempting to invoke spirits to gain insight into future events? Were test subjects subjected to psychological warfare involving ritualistic symbols or black magic themes? We can't confirm all of it, but enough breadcrumbs exist in documents and credible accounts to know something real and bizarre happened under the MKOFTEN label, the quiet end. By the late 1970s, the MKOFTEN project was shut down, or so we're told. Partly because of public scrutiny, partly because it wasn't delivering hard results, and partly because internal pressure was building. Even within the CIA, people began asking, have we gone too far? Still, we don't know how much of MKOFTEN continued off the books. The government is good at burying things, especially the parts that make it look insane or unethical. Do you think the CIA actually believed in the occult? Or were they just experimenting with fear and control? If MKOFTEN had continued, how far do you think they would have gone? Have governments secretly explored the supernatural more than we know? What's your theory? Do you think belief in magic or the paranormal can be used as a weapon, even today? Which is scarier, that they tried this and it failed, or that they tried it and it might have worked?